The video that I chose talked about nonviolent communication and how to get your point across. I chose this video because I believe the speaker did a good job of using personal examples, which to me are helpful, and in explaining how her communication changed from before she learned about nonviolent communication to after she learned about nonviolent communication. She talked about how before she learned about nonviolent communication, she would tend to have two different kind of reactions in a situation, and they both involved blame. The first one involved blaming the other person, and the second one involved blaming yourself. And I feel that this is something that we often do when there's a problem. We just tend to look for blame. We want to blame somebody or ourselves. She talked about how relationships are formed when using nonviolent communications, and the relationships are formed with empathy and honesty. And she also talked about how with nonviolent communication, you look at things in a different perspective, and everyone's needs are equal. No one's needs are greater than the other person's, which I think is a very important thing. I think a big part of nonviolent communication is really thinking about what you're gonna say and how the other person might interpret it before you say it. Because I know, especially with how we choose to react to things where we might be upset, we often don't give ourselves enough times to really think it through what we're gonna say. If we're mad, we just blurt something out, and then later on when we're thinking, we're like, well, I could have worded that differently, and maybe the situation might not have escalated if it did, or something might have worked out differently.